I am Tatiana Kelil. I'm an assistant professor of radiology in the section of breast imaging. As a breast imager, what excites me the most about my job is the privilege to work with women at some of the most anxious times in their lives. And at UCSF, I get to work with an amazing multidisciplinary team comprised of radiologists, breast surgeons, oncologists, and nurses. And as part of that team, I play a central role in detecting breast cancer as early as possible and reducing breast cancer mortality. There is significant disparity in access to healthcare around the world. For instance, one woman dies from breast cancer every minute, and the majority of that happens in low resource countries. And my goal is to close the gap in that disparity by providing radiology education in low resource countries. So, as part of the UCSF Global Cancer Program and RADAID, which is a nonprofit international volunteer based organization, my goal is to provide what would become the first breast imaging training curriculum in Ethiopia. Once the training is complete, the graduates of the program will then be able to train the next generation of radiologists in the country. So locally, I provide breast imaging services at the San Francisco General Hospital, where we serve the underserved population. For instance, breast cancer mortality is higher, about 40% higher in African American women compared to white women. So by providing breast imaging services locally at the San Francisco General Hospital, that we're trying to minimize that mortality. And on the global scale, I plan to provide what would become the first breast imaging training program in Ethiopia. And in that sense, I will be providing care for underserved population. As part of my global health outreach, I am able to collaborate with RADAID, which is an international nonprofit volunteer based organization which has programs in over 30 countries and more than 12,000 volunteers. And through that collaboration, I am able to work with multiple teaching institutions across the world. In addition to improving radiology education, I'm also interested in exploring the roles of artificial intelligence in addressing global healthcare inequalities. And I have formed numerous collaborations with industry partners that are involved in our artificial intelligence. It is such an honor to be named a Watson Scholar, and it lets me know that UCSF is invested in my success. And it also lets me know that UCSF is committed to bridging the gap in global healthcare inequalities. I am most excited about this award because of the multi-generational impact that it would have. The resources that I get from this award are going to allow me to have dedicated time to implement what would become the first breast imaging training program in Ethiopia. And I imagine thousands of lives that would be affected as a direct consequence of this award.